Russell, I'm calling you out on this. You're being a hypocrite on your channel.
Hello there, all 4 million of you. Thank you so much for subscribing. It means the world to me that we can have this open conversation on this channel together. Comment below and remember...
Comment below. That would be great, Russell, if you actually let me comment below. I was one of those 4 million subscribers on Russell's channel. And I was always interested in what he has to say. I am basically a person that supports a socialist mindset, looking after each other. And I also do have a little bit of the anarchist in me as well. So quite often, I love YouTube. I love being able to see different points of view. And I especially like channels that have the comment section open. Now, I dislike ad hominem attacks, people that attack the person rather than the argument. And I think it's especially egregious when people are inciting to violence, are racist, or just plain nasty. I disagree with any of that type of commenting on a channel. And I understand with a channel like Russell's that you would need to have someone that's in charge of your social media. I'm sure that he's got a minion or a team of minions looking after that side of his channel. What I found difficult to accept and why I've unsubscribed is that Russell's channel, if you look through the comments, and he makes quite radical, at times, quite radical assertions. So you would expect to see comments that perhaps play the devil's advocate. And that's when I started to think to myself, I smell a rat here. Because I would, not always, quite often I'm in agreement with what he has to say, but there were at times where I needed to perhaps say that the stance that he was taking was a little bit extreme, or that there were counter arguments to what he was saying. And usually if you put a well-reasoned argument in the comment section and the comments are predominantly thumbs up, you're going to expect a few of the people to come back at you. And I would have expected the Russell Brand fanboys to come back at me and at least comment on my comment, or perhaps find arguments against it, which is always something that's very enjoyable if someone has an opposing point of view. Quite often it'll change your opinion on something, and that's the thing that he's actually proposing on his channel, that we all are able to talk about these things freely. Unfortunately, Russell's channel is not a free opportunity to have a discourse on a particular issue, because if you look through the channel comments, if you're trying to find a comment that perhaps is a dissenting comment, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. In fact, I'm going to say it's not even like looking for a needle in a haystack, because there's no needles in the haystack. And that's the problem that I have with this particular channel. And his advice to you to comment below, because I think the comment below is more about traction in the YouTube algorithm rather than him allowing people to have a discourse on a particular issue. If you'd like more opportunities to comment on a Russell Brand video, especially comments that are perhaps not agreeing with what he has to say, please like this video. Comment below, let me know if you've ever been blocked on Russell's channel or had comments that were not published. And please subscribe. Now, I find it quite fascinating that quite often, because I'm happy to read The Guardian and go over to Sky News and see their opinion on something. And I've written quite condemning comments on Sky News. Now, whatever you think about Sky News, I will say one thing about Sky News, and that is that they leave their comment section open. Now, quite often they leave their comment section open and allow people to make quite violent racist remarks. In the past they have, at least. I think they're working on trying to stop that from happening now. But I will say at least their comment section is truly open, and they're actually allowing people to express an opposing point of view. And I quite often get on that channel, and if they've made, for instance, there was quite a bit of stuff happening with regards to COVID, which was very misinformed, and I was straight onto it and throwing up my comments and receiving comments back, and there was a discourse happening. That doesn't happen on Russell's channel. Thank you, Russell, because I'm going to make this channel a weekly discussion on videos that you put up and allow people the opportunity to perhaps provide an opposing point of view to an argument that you're proposing, seeing as that you're not allowing it to happen on your channel. Now, how do you know if a channel is blocking your comments? That's a good question. There's no definitive way, because YouTube doesn't inform you that that's actually happened. They don't actually say, hey, don't bother commenting on this channel. This channel has decided to block you. And I think that would be a better way of doing it, because I think it's essential to know whether you're wasting your time making a comment. One way of finding out whether your comments are being blocked is to sign out of your account after you've made a comment, and then go to the channel and see if the comment's there. Now, if someone's looking after social media, there may actually be a lag time until the comment is vetted and then it is put on the channel. I have made numerous comments. Whenever there have been comments that I think are opposing his point of view, I've gone back to see if they're there, and they're not. And I haven't received comments back from his fans or people that support his opinion. So it was pretty obvious that I was being blocked. Now, what I did was I signed back in with the YouTube channel with my name, because I'm quite happy to put my name next to the comment. And the comment basically was that the channel wasn't providing open discourse. The comments that were not agreeing with Russell's point of view were being blocked. Now, that was an opportunity for his channel and the person looking after his social media to deny that that was happening. But as I was strongly suspecting, the comment that I made was also blocked. And now if I make any comments from that channel, the comments are blocked. Now, I've got to say, I'm never abusive in my comments. I never do an ad hominem attack on a particular point of view. And I'm always respectful. Even when people throw a lot of shade back at me, I'm happy not to be a keyboard warrior. If someone's outwardly nasty or inciting violence, that might be a reason to block them. But if they're just trying to express a point of view that's perhaps a devil's advocate position, I think that it's being a little bit of a hypocrite. So Russell, I'm calling you out on this. You're being a hypocrite on your channel. And thank you for providing me with this opportunity to have something that's worth talking about on my channel. Now, I don't normally like comment videos because I think that it's piggybacking off the success of somebody else. But I think if someone's online with such a huge following and they're advocating commenting like it's free commenting, I think that that needs to be called out. So I'm going to call it out, and I'm going to make sure that I spend a little bit of time pursuing this matter. I know that with my 600 subscribers, I'm probably not going to get a lot of traction, but that's fine. At least 600 people will know that on this matter, at least, Russell, you are not being honest.